A lady stole my koi fish when I was 14. I didn't handle it well. We had a small koi pond that was thriving. They only needed fed like once or twice per week, and I was a kid 14, mostly in charge of them and cleaning the filter and doing water changes. I built the whole thing mostly by myself. We went on a 3-day camping trip once and came back to find the pond empty. I panicked and started looking for evidence of bird attack or raccoons or something when I noticed he random 5-gallon bucket on our neighbour's back porch. Trusting my gut, I hopped their chain link fence and sure enough, all my koi were in that bucket. And half of them were dead from lack of oxygen. I immediately took them back and put the live ones back into the pond and they all recovered and survived. But I was fucking pissed. She killed 7 of my koi that I had bought and paid for when we decided to build this pond. When the neighbour came home from work, I immediately ran over, pounded on their door and demanded to know why she had stolen my fish and told her half had died. She played the victim and said she was only trying to help because she thought that the fish would be lonely and hungry while we were away, so she borrowed them. Fucking weirdo. And then, still holding the bucket with 7 dead fish in it, I asked to come in. She said yes, and once I was in her living room, I turned and yelled, "Why the fuck would that be any of your concern, you dumb stupid bitch? You were so concerned about these fish." And then I grabbed each dead fish one by one, threw them onto her bleach white carpet, and stomped on them, and scrubbed their bodies, blood and got into her pristine carpet. She freaked out of course and froze, but I was done in like a minute, and then I ran out, still angry, crying and screaming over my shoulder, "Fuck you." Not very creative, but still very upset. Well, she called the cops. My parents got involved, but they didn't know anything about this. I was in my room for like 2 hours before the cops showed up. Then it came to light that 1, she had allowed me to come inside her house, so there was no trespassing, and 2, she did have to illegally enter our property to steal the fish in the first place. But the police clearly thought this whole thing was stupid, so he was basically like, "I'm done with this. Do you guys want to press charges for trespassing and theft? And ma'am, do you want to press charge for vandalism? Squishing fish into your carpet?" She initially wanted to, but then my dad told her about our backyard cameras and how much trouble she'd get in court for the theft and trespass and maybe also animal cruelty. We all agreed to drop any charges and then we basically never talked to each other again. They moved about a year later and frankly, good riddance. I know I didn't handle it well at all, but I had put my heart and soul into that pond and I was only 14 years old. We've all been there, but seriously, who the fuck steals a neighbour's fish?